Well, in today's lesson, we are going to continue on with our journey on terms of how we capture our audience. We've gotten to the website, we've told you about call to action. Another technique we can use to make sure we engage with our customers is a thing called a lead magnet. So what is a lead magnet? The technical term is a lead magnet is a marketing term for a free item or service that is given away for the purpose of gathering contact details. For example, lead magnets can be used for trial subscriptions, sample white papers, newsletters, free consultations. Marketers use lead magnets to create sales leads, right? That's the point of a lead magnet. You're giving something away to get something back. And you want it to be something that's worthwhile. That's what's called a magnet, something that's attractive. So, you want to give them something useful in exchange for something that's useful to you, right? And we're not just gathering leads here as well. We might want to gather information, right? It's not just this concept can be used not just to get leads for your website. It could also be used as part of market research in the local wedding market. You could ask them to do surveys at something. So you could offer a useful download, say a wedding planning worksheet. Could be a great way of gathering marketing information. That you say, if you complete this survey, we'll give you a wedding planning worksheet. Doesn't matter if you've been married before, you're just getting market information. What we'd really want to do though is get some leads out of this, right? So once we've gathered some information about our local demographics and local wedding market, we can actually get some leads. And if we can offer something compelling and ask them for their email and planned wedding date, you can get them in the start of your little sales funnel process, right? Hopefully you'll catch them using the lead magnet before they get married, but if they are already married, hey ho, it doesn't matter, right? And you just put that lead to the side. So a lead magnet example. I might create an article called Wedding Decor Ideas. I might create that in a nice PDF, nicely presented PDF with pictures of wedding decor. So you're providing some ideas for people about their wedding decor they might have. Think of things that people might be considering early in their wedding planning, right? The ultimate Scottish venue and vendor list, the ultimate New York venue and vendor list. Again, something useful to them at the start of their planning process. Oh, this will be handy. Let's go through this list. Wedding day emergency checklist. Something they may not have thought of. So when they see that, go, oh, yeah, that'll be handy. Yeah, never thought of that. Let's grab that. Discount code can be a lead magnet. But again, be careful with your target market. Discount codes are associated with the lower end of the market, really. High-end wedding photographers generally don't give discount codes, so be careful with that. Gift ideas for the bridal party. Yeah, another nice one that people think about. If people can help with these suggestions, they're always happy to download them. So if you've got a lead magnet on your site, like we described there, you get your email address, what are you going to do with it? Well, you want to develop a series of emails to send them. So you just want to say, here's your nice wedding decor ideas. Thank you very much. Bye. You don't want to do that. You want to engage with them. So we develop a series of emails to send them. Again, I spoke about this in the calls to action lesson. We're going to lead them on a journey towards considering you as their wedding photographer. So first of all, we'll send them a welcome email alongside the lead magnet. That makes sense, yeah? Thank you for requesting our wedding decor ideas list, and click here to download. Yeah, we hope you find it useful, and as a wedding photographer, I've got lots of insights into this particular thing. So if you have any questions, just reach out and I'll help you in any way I can. A couple of days later, because you downloaded that list of wedding decor ideas, I thought you might like this as well and give them something else, right? Send them another document. Maybe that emergency checklist thing. This might be handy if you're in your wedding planning process, right? A few days later, here's a list of useful sites to visit as part of your wedding planning journey. So you're not telling them, come to my site, you're saying, look, you're giving them information, you're giving all this free information. Here's a list of great sites for wedding planning, right? So you become their best friend, really, in terms of wedding. This guy's so helpful. Are you considering a wedding album? Here's why I think you should. Well, list the reasons why you would always have a wedding album. Sowing the seeds, right? So when if they do decide to look at you, they'll be wanting a wedding album. Become their helpful assistant. Encourage actual dialogue with them, right? You want to develop a relationship with these leads. They're not just an email address, they're people at the end of them. Find out their names, etc. So how do we create a lead magnet? Like all these things with websites, it can be a little bit technical, but nowadays, particularly using WordPress, it can be a lot easier because you don't generally have to get involved in writing code. It's all done with plugins and settings and things. So you can do lead magnets manually, right? It's where you just have a simple form on your website. You get an email saying somebody registered, and then you manually send them an email. You maybe have a set of scripts that you keep, and you send them it manually. That's the simplest way to do it, right? Best way is to do it automatically. And the way you can do that is an email marketing system. When I talk about an email marketing system, you say, why do I need that? I've already got an email system. What an email marketing system does, it has a lot of other features built around it. It can design lovely email layouts. It can keep a database of all your subscribers. You can send an email to everybody at once. If you've got 1,000 people on your mailing list, you try to do that on your own mailing account, you'll soon have your mailing account banned for spam and stuff, where these mailing marketing systems are designed to cope with all that, and they don't just flood your emails out instantly. They kind of release them at a slightly slower rate, and the industry knows that these are marketing systems, so you really should look at them. MailChimp, you've probably heard of. It's a popular example of a mailing marketing system, but unfortunately, they had an automation process which was free, but now it requires a pro account, so you've got to pay for it. However, another one that you may not have heard of is called MailerLite, and the name says light. It kind of implies it's a cut down version of a mailing marketing system. It's anything but, right? It's a very powerful system. Definitely worthwhile having a look at. They give you a free account for up to 1,000 records, and it includes their full automation platform. So if you're going to set up a free marketing system, look at MailerLite, not MailChimp. So here's an example we're going to create. We're going to offer a free download of the Ultimate South of England Wedding Venue List. Right? I've created a PDF document. It should be nicely designed. Get some of your photography in there, particularly photographs from those venues. Again, if you need some design skills, you want somebody to put a nice little brochure PDF together, go into Fiverr or Upwork or something like that and get a designer to do it for you. It won't cost you much, right? You're going to create a page on your website that this lead magnet is going to be hosted on. 1,000 to 1,500 words on the usefulness of this guide, and you're going to optimize it for keywords like wedding venue list, because you want people to find this, hit that page and see, oh, download my Ultimate South of Wedding Venue List. Sure, I'll do that, right? So that's why you want to optimize the page. You want it to be found. You can, if you wish, as well as doing that, you can actually run a little ad campaign on Facebook, linking to the page. If you can't get the traffic to begin with, run a little ad campaign so people are seeing this as well, and it can be worthwhile. Don't spend a lot of money, maybe £50 in a month or something, and you'll get some good, should get some good results from that. So in that page that you've created, you're going to embed a form to capture their email address, right? So we have a little form that they're going to fill in with their email. They'll click submit, and this is how the automation is going to work. So how do we do that? Well, we'll go into MailerLite, set up an account, and you'll see there's once you get in there and set it all up, you'll see there's a section here to create an embedded form. So create a new form, we'll give it a form a name, we'll call it a sensible name like I've done here. We'll then tell what subscriber group in your mailing list the form is to send information to. So in this case I've got 2 different groups here. I might be splitting my mailing list into 2 different categories. You might just have one, whatever you want. So you just tell it the form is going to send the email address to this particular list of leads that I want. And once you do that, you'll get this default form, and that's the default. They'll just assume that you've now got to edit and design that form. It's very simple. You've got your formatting tools on the right hand side there, and then you very quickly transform your form into something that's slightly more attractive, matching your branding colours, a little bit more information on the form to encourage people to click it, and the form button itself would be your call to action. And in the settings there'll be a bit where you say what happens when they click the form in terms of a success message, and you'll be able to customise the success message to tell them thank you, you've received your details and your commit. Because you've all seen these forms when you click submit and then nothing happens and you think, oh, nothing worked, I'll do it again. Next thing you got four or five emails for the same person. So we've created our lead magnet form, right? How are we going to get this into our website? Well, fortunately, MailerLite has a bunch of integrations, and they integrate with various platforms like Shopify, WordPress, and Squarespace. And they may have other sites that you use that'll be in that integration. So, and with WordPress, it's dead easy because it's just a plugin that we use, right? So, if you don't have a plugin or your site's not directly supported, they give you a little bit of code which you would copy and paste and put in the header area of your website. And this is where it gets, that bit would be technical for some people, but hopefully if you're using WordPress or Squarespace, it's just a matter of clicking the integration and it'll do it for you. So in that case, it's WordPress I use, and it'll be a little plugin, and once the plugin's installed, I'll have a little menu option for MailerLite, and I can then create a new form. And when I go to create a form, as it's saying, am I creating a form here within WordPress, using the MailerLite system, or am I using an existing MailerLite form I've already created? In my case, I've already created it, so use an existing form there. And that basically then allows me to bring that form in. You give it a WordPress title for the form. That's really just so WordPress recognises the form as a WordPress form now, even though it's attached to MailerLite and the designs all came from MailerLite. I'll save that away. And now I can embed that form in a WordPress post. So I've just created a little mock post here, the ultimate South of England wedding list with a picture and some words, and there's my form. Now obviously in your case it'll be a much more elaborate, 1,000 words, few pictures, venues. At the bottom I'm going to give you the ultimate list of South of England wedding venues, right? Here's my form and my call to action. And then once you hit that, to get the thank you page, and that's fine, boom, all that works. But what happens next? You've created a lead that's went into the mailing list. We need to automate the process, right? And this is where mailing list marketing systems come in to vogue, because they have a full automation system wrapped around their platform. And MailerLite, what we do is, you say, well, once a lead comes in to my mailing list, what do you want to do next? And it gives you a series of options that you can see there. And in this case, we want to create a welcome email. So we set up a little welcome email, which is going to send that lead magnet. Well, you with me? And the design, the email is straightforward again. It's just like designing a form, but you're designing an email and you've got sections on the right hand side to format it, excuse me. And then I've created a call to action button in there to actually download the file. You see it sticks out from the email when they get it. So I'm designing that form, and that's the welcome email they're going to get. And that becomes our automation. And you see you've now got a process. I can say, what am I going to do next? And you see you can say, like, delay 2 days, and then I can add another email, right? Delay a week, and then add another email. So you see how this automation process can work. It's really, really powerful, and you should spend a little bit of time in this and look at what things you can and can't do, because you'll be amazed. Some of the mailing automation systems are incredible. The one I'm using on our website is a paid platform called Drip. And I can even, once somebody's in my mailing list, I can even tell if they've clicked a link on my website on a particular page. And I can tell that mailing list to say, see if they visit that page and they've clicked that particular link. Not a form, they've not filled in. When they've clicked that link, I want you to send them an email saying, oh, I noticed you were interested in this. That's how powerful these platforms are. They're really worth investigating. So, use a lead magnet in conjunction with an automation system like MailerLite is extremely powerful. It gives you a huge competitive edge in terms of your marketing. Email marketing is so powerful. Even add pop-up forms and pages to encourage interaction. So if a great one is you have these what's called an exit intent form, where if somebody's on your homepage and they move the mouse as if they're going to click away from your site, hit the back button or type in something else, system recognises that, and you can pop up a form saying, oh, before you go, have you considered this? Lead magnet kind of thing. So that's very powerful. That again would reduce your bounce rate because they stay in your site if they did that. So spend time learning MailerLite. It is a good system. It's worth getting involved in. There's loads of video tutorials there. And remember, we just showed you an example with just an email address. You can add names onto the form, you can add their wedding dates, etc. Very straightforward. So that's lead magnets for you. Again, any questions, feel free, send me an email. Lead magnets can be a bit, again, it can be a bit technical, some bits, so I'm just giving you the concept. Anyway, when it comes to embedding forms and stuff, just Google, there's lots of tutorials out there on these things. So I'm just giving you the concepts. You know, if there's any little areas you need filling in, try find answers on YouTube, reach out to me, and if I might be able to find something, point you at straight away, right? So any help you need, just reach out. All right, we shall see you in the next lesson.